Hi guys, so today, quick and fiery arms. Little secret though, it's going to be a lot of core as well, and we're even going to be engaging the glutes too. So full body burn. All you will need is some kind of prop. So a block is fab, but if you don't have a block, then something like a tissue box or even a pillow or something you can basically balance on your back that's not going to fall off really easily. We're going to get started straight away because this is a quick one, and you're going to come down onto your back because even though this is arms, let's stretch out the wrists and turn on those glutes. So before we start, bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart, and let's take 3 breaths together. Inhale. Let it go through the mouth. Big breath in, connect breath, connect body. And let it go. Last time, biggest breath you've taken today. And release. Blink your eyes open. Bring your feet about a hand's distance from your body, hip width apart. Give your glutes a poke. Turn them on. Draw the ribs down as you lift the hips, coming into bridge pose. So start to take some little pulses, turning on those glutes. And then either you can stay here or you can lift a leg up. You're going to lift your arms up, keep pulsing, and stretch into the opposite wrist. Now guys, you know your body best. Please never work into pain. Please listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, then modify or just don't do it. Okay, pulsing here for 3. Squeeze that left glute. Don't let the right hip drop. 2 and 1. Your right foot comes down, your left leg lifts, start to pulse, and then switch it out. So I'm stretching out the right wrist as my left leg is lifted. Bring your brain into that right glute, really get it firing, and keep the core strong. So when I say about engaging the core, I want you to draw the ribs down, hug the hip bones towards each other, navel to spine, lift the pelvic floor. And glutes and core help us with arms, things like plank and chaturanga. We need our glutes, we need our core. It makes that energy run around our body without any leaks, because leaking energy we do not want. Okay, enough now. Bring your left leg down. And then for a moment, let's just lift the heels and lower. Lift the heels and lower. Glutes still on, core still on. Length through the spine. Pushing through the big toe mound. Let's do 3 more. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower. Slowly bring the hips down, bring your hands behind your thighs, and maybe taking some rock and rolls, or just coming to one side and coming all the way up into tabletop pose. Scapular push-ups, these are amazing for our serratus anterior, which stabilizes our scapula on our back. Really important for plank, for chaturanga in particular. Okay, you're going to bring your knees underneath your hips, your wrists underneath your shoulders, and you're going to engage that core. So just like we did before, this isn't a cat-cow. This movement is coming from the shoulder blades. So as you exhale, push into the floor, pull your shoulder blades away from your spine, and as you inhale, shrug them back in, squeeze them towards each other. So keep moving, keep breathing. The hands are firmly pushing down, hands are dialing out, and move with your breath. You can take this up a notch by tucking the toes and lifting the knees an inch off the mat. Wherever you are, we're going to do 10 more. So 10, 9, stay with the breath, core strong. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Maybe give them a little bit of a pedal. Give them a little bit of a sway. Give your neck a little shake from side to side. And then you're going to grab your prop. So I've got a block here. And this is just called pass the block. So we're going to do it in 2 different ways. You're going to come into plank pose. Option to have the knees down. Bring your block in front of you. And then you're going from plank to just move the block around the mat, taking it hand by hand. So in full plank or kneeling plank, and trying to keep the body as stable as you can as you move the block from side to side. So your hips will move a little bit, but just trying to keep the movement from the hand that's moving. Okay, so moving it around for 20 more seconds or so. My glutes are on, my tailbone is drawing down. That doesn't mean I'm tucking it, it just means I'm trying to keep that neutral spine, keep my core lit up, keep my glutes firing. Okay, doing this for 5 more, for 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly place the block to the side, come back down onto the knees, 1 more set of those scapular push-ups. So wherever you are, you can actually bring it on even more. So stay in tabletop if that feels good, tuck the toes, lift the knees if that feels good, or come into a full plank. Notice if your head is dropping, can you keep your neck in line? Can you keep the core on? Because I'm speaking, I'm gonna have hovering knees. I can't do plank right now. Okay, exhale, pushing away, inhale, squeezing together, or just make sure you breathe. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Pushing away and squeezing. 10 more. 9, 8, core strong. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees. Just come to sit for a moment. Take a big breath in through the nose and let it go through the mouth. So we're going to do another one with a block now. Coming into and plank. Again, it can be kneeling. Be mindful with your core in plank. Notice, can you control it? If you feel your abdominals doming or lower back overarching, then maybe drop your knees. You can bring them further away from you. Just listen to your body. So from here, showing it to you on my knees first, you're going to bring the block, and place it onto your sacrum. So I was checking my microphone. And then you're going to bring it back. And you're going to pass it from side to side. And again, this is just making sure, because if you tip with your hips, the block is going to fall off. So the point is, do not drop the block. If you want to add it on even more, you can bring the block in front of you and then bring it back behind. So keep breathing, keep moving, keep that core firing. We're just going to do a few more. Quick and powerful. Your workouts do not need to be 60 minutes. We often only have 10 or 15 minutes in our day, or at least we can make that time. So just make them powerful, make them work, make your body work. Feel the strength, feel the power. Okay, 1 more on each side. Reaching it forward, reaching it back. Reaching it forward, reaching it back. Okay, where are we going now? Downward facing dog. Let's meet there. Plant your hands, send your hips high to the sky. So we're going to do one of my favorites now. It's really good for the triceps. What do we call them? Down dog push-ups. So what I want you to do is take a breath in, and as you exhale, bring your elbows and forearms towards the mat. Inhale, push back up. So they don't actually touch, they just hover. Now be mindful, because your elbows will want to go to the side. Can you hug them in towards center to keep your forearms parallel? Exhale, drop. Inhale, lift. Keep that strength in your down dog. So lifting through the sit bones. Nice neutral spine. Draw the front ribs in towards the back body. Shine the backs of the thighs towards the back of the room. We're going to do 5 more. 5. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. 4. 3, 2, last one. You're going to hover it. Hold this turbo dog position for a count of 5. Hug the elbows in, push into the hands. 4, strong core. 3, keep breathing. 2, and 1. Drop the knees. Reach the fingers forward, puppy pose. Reach the sit bones high, push the hands into the earth, and draw your chest down towards the mat. Either coming down onto the forehead or maybe onto the chin. Keep the activation, so keep pushing through the hands, lifting through the armpits, breathing the chest down. Holding here for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, brings you all the way back up. So, let's go there. Let's go back to downward facing dog. And as you exhale, drop your forearms all the way down onto the mat. and then shuffle your feet back. So you're in a forearm plank, and you're going to take your right forearm down, fingertips facing to the side of the mat, and lift the left arm up. So you're in a side plank. Now you can modify this by bringing a knee down. That's absolutely fine. So notice where you need to be right now, here today, and it really can look different from day to day. So tune in. Bring your fingertips to your ears with the left hand. Breathe in, and as you exhale, bring that elbow down, twist. Obliques are working. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist. So your glutes are on, your core is on. This right arm is pushing into the earth and stabilizing through that right shoulder. We're going to do 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Come through center. Come onto your forearms and simply hold a forearm plank for a count of 5. Take your scapula onto your back, strong core. 4. Legs are on. 3. Neck neutral. 2. And 1. Come down for a moment, Sphinx pose. Bring your hands or arms, forearms so they're parallel. Elbows underneath shoulders. Pull the arms back towards you and just breathe the heart open. Notice, don't crink your neck back. Keep a nice long neck and just take a moment. You can actually even drop your neck here if that feels good. Just tune in for a moment, come back to the breath, connect back to the breath before we move on to the other side. And then when you're ready, we're going to come to the other side. I'm just going to switch around so you can see me. But you're coming onto your left forearm and your right arm is high to the sky. Again, remember, you can drop that bottom knee. Don't force yourself to do something that your body doesn't want to do. Okay, inhale, lift the elbow, open the heart. Exhale, right elbow comes in. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, open and close. 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1. Slowly come down onto your forearms, back to this forearm plank to a count of 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hips down, come back to this Sphinx pose for a moment. We've got 1 more move before coming down for a little speedy Shavasana. Don't miss the Shavasana part, it's the best bit. Breathe into the chest, open, pull back with the hands. Take a moment, and when you're ready, tuck the toes, and any way you wish. That wasn't very elegant of me. Come up into downward facing dog. I keep wiping my mat. It's because my daughter was in here yesterday playing with sand and I've got sand everywhere, which is a surreal experience here in London right now. Definitely not on a tropical beach. Okay, so from downward facing dog, we're going to come and shift forward into plank. Again, remembering that you can drop your knees for this. Chaturanga is one of the hardest poses. People struggle with it the most, and we push ourselves, don't we, to always have our knees lifted and do it, you know, in its full form. But be mindful, and I'd always say to people, video your chaturanga, because you'll learn a lot from doing that. But the main tip is to watch for 2 things, I think. The first one, let me show you, is when your lower back collapses and you come down and you've just lost, you're leaking that energy and you've lost it and you can't control it. So keep everything, that's not about flattening the spine, it's about keeping that neutral spine. The second one you always see is collapsing in the shoulders. So what you want to think is about your humeral head, the top of your arm bone, keeping centrated. So if your little push-up looks like this, but you're really strong in your shoulders, then amazing. If it looks like this, but you're collapsing in your shoulders, then not so good. Dial it back. So from your plank, either kneeling or on your toes, push into the floor and dial your hands out. Set your scapula on your back, so in neutral. And you can help yourself by doing that by pulling back with the hands. They're not moving, it's an energetic adjust. Keep the neck nice and neutral. Gaze is slightly forward, and then as you exhale, lower, just halfway. Inhale, push up, tuck the toes, lift the right arm, side plank. Again, your lower knee could be down. Exhale, hand comes down, maybe knee comes down. Take a little push up, lift that left arm, reach the hips up. Exhale, left hand comes down, come back to your push up. Lift the right fingers high, breathe up, lift up. Exhale, hand comes down, little push up. Left fingers. Maybe now you want to try with a full, keeping that feeling of centering the shoulders, keeping the core strong, keeping the glutes firing. The glutes help to stabilize our pelvis, moving, breathing, whoa, lifting. We're going to do 2 more on both sides. I'm dropping my knees because I can't talk. We're doing the full expression. Exhale, hand comes down, the knees come down, lower, and lift. Last time, both sides. Exhale, inhale, lift it up. And last one, exhale, inhale, lift it up, left hand high. And then drop the left hand, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bend the knees, take a little hop, and come to sit on your mat. Bring your left hand onto your right knee. Bring your right fingertips behind you. Inhale, find length. Exhale, take a little twist. Now reach that right arm back. Reach it towards the back of the room. Breathing up through the crown of the head. Big breath in. Then as you exhale, start to draw that arm all the way up and over until it meets your knee. Interlace the arms. Inhale, lift the elbows. Pull the shoulder blades away from your spine. Enjoy a moment of stillness, and again, come back to your breath. Can you slow it down? Can you slow your heart rate? Check in with how you're feeling. And then slowly start to straighten the right arm. Turn that left palm towards you and just hug that left arm towards your chest, or right arm, sorry, towards your chest. Lift up through the crown of the head. Close your eyes if that feels good. And then exhale, slowly release. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up, 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 up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Right hand, left knee. Reach that left hand behind you. Coming from the fingertips first. Find length through the spine, then find that rotation, and then reach the arm behind you. Lift up through the crown. Feel the twist spiraling all the way up your spine, so it's not just from your neck. And then as you exhale, draw that big arc over your head until finally your hand meets your knee, you wrap the arms around, and we're on the other side. So pull the shoulder blades away from your spine, breathe into your back, breathe into the arms. Take a moment of calm. And then pull that left arm in towards you this time. Breathing into the top of the arm, closing the eyes, and again, slowing down. Slowly releasing the arm. Last time, inhale, reach the arms up, up, up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Taking any other stretches you need. And if you're good to go, coming straight into Shavasana. So bring your feet Shavasana width apart, so mat distance apart. Then as you exhale, coming all the way down onto your back to a count of 5. Draw the navel in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your arms alongside your body. Let your fingers curl in naturally. Together, let's take a huge breath in. Exhale, let it go. Taking a moment of calm, come back to the breath. Don't try and change it in any way. Simply be its witness. Notice how each breath looks that little bit different, how different parts of your body move as you breathe. Spend as long as you have here in Shavasana, absorbing the fieriness of this short practice. and hopefully I will see you again on the mat soon.